Welcome back. It's your guy Engineered Mojo, back again with another car tutorial video. Today I'm working on a 2019 almost brand new Toyota CHR oil change. To get it started off fast, tools you'll need are 14mm socket, socket wrench, your hand to take off the oil filter, but if you can't do it with your hand, an oil filter wrench or another mechanism to take it off. I'll show you what I use when I get stuck in that situation. 0 weight -20 full synthetic oil, and also an oil filter appropriate for this car. And don't forget, you'll need a washer for the oil drain bolt. That should be all you need. If I add any more tools, I'll be sure to note it down below in the video description. Next, you want to find the location of the jack point on the side of your car. This is the driver's side I'm looking at. And there's a reinforced section right there where you can place the jack. Jack the car up. Make sure you use jack stands for safety. Make your way to the valve cover, loosen the oil cap, the fill plug, just loosen it up so that air can get in there and help push out the oil when you're draining. Work your way underneath the car, slide your oil catch pan kind of in place and kind of shimmy or whatever you need to do to get in place. Next, I'll show you the location of the drain plug. There is a small cover covering it, and this is just held on by Phillips head screws. Remove those four, and that cover comes right down. Here I'm maneuvering the camera to get you a better angle of the drain plug bolt. There's your oil pan, drain plug bolt. 14mm socket again fits that drain plug bolt. 14mm socket. This is the location of the oil filter. Toyota does you a solid and puts it in a location that's easily visible and easy to get to. Thank you, Toyota. At this point, loosen the drain plug and let that oil filter out until it gets to either a small trickle or nothing coming out. I'll always inspect the drain plug bolt to see if there's any metal shavings in there. If it's a magnetic one, make sure it's clean. As you see, there's the washer right there. Make sure you take that off and put a new one on to ensure that you don't have any leaks. At first I tried to get at this oil filter with just my hand. It was a struggle. Somebody put that on there with the jaws of life. So if I'm in a pinch and I don't have an oil filter wrench, I use sandpaper. Yes, sandpaper. It gives you a little bit of extra grip. You can grab onto the end of the oil filter and twist with all your might. Usually I can get it off that way. If not, oil filter will work. Or you can also use an adjustable wrench that can actually get around the oil filter, and you can clamp down, and that will also twist it off. But once you get it off, just let it drain. Make sure you get all the old oil out that is possible. And again, I always like to inspect parts that I take off. So I do an inspection, just make sure I'm putting on a similar part, same size, or at least close enough in size. Sometimes they do vary in size. If you use an aftermarket oil filter, then I'll also go ahead and put a light film of oil on the new seal to the new filter. That just ensures you get a good solid seal at the mating surface. Here's a close-up of the threaded portion where you put the oil filter. This new one going back on. Go ahead and put it on with your hand. And what I do is when I tighten these down, I put it on with my hand until it gets snug where you can't really twist it really lightly anymore. Then I go 3/4 of a turn, and that ensures that it's on there tight, but not too tight where you need to be really strong to take it off. Now we're at the home stretch. We're going to refill the oil. Put your funnel, oil, and begin to fill it. The capacity for this car is 4.4 quarts, and that's also in the video description below. If you forget, it's 4.4 quarts. With the oil filled to the correct level, go ahead and do a little cleanup around the edge. Reinstall the oil cap. And I always like to do a little extra cleanup just around the engine bay. It always ensures that there's less debris that can fall into undesirable places. Now it's time to test for leaks. Hop back in the car, turn the car on, let it run for about a minute or two, a couple minutes. and then go back underneath the cart and look and see if there's any signs of leakage. If good and no leaks, then you can go ahead and reapply that oil pan cover and you'll be good to go from there. Almost done now. Now you want to reset the maintenance required light on your vehicle. Pretty easy steps. Step 1, get in the car. You want to push the start button and turn it to accessory mode. Then you want to press the trip button to display trip A. I'm going to zoom in there. See, it's on trip A. Step 3 is you want to turn the ignition back off just by pressing the start button. Step 4, you want to hold down the trip button and the push start button to accessory mode. Then hold the trip button for at least 5 seconds until there's a sign on the middle dash that says resetting maintenance data. After that's done and you see that flash of that resetting maintenance data, then you can turn the ignition off and the maintenance reset is complete. If those steps weren't clear, down below in the video description I put other links to other videos that may help you out. I don't have a big ego, so please go down there and look. The job is all done. As you can see, it's a very easy job. As long as you follow the steps and create a clean working environment, you don't get mixed up with where the parts are. If you have any questions, please let me know down below in the video description. Any tips? I love tips on this. I'd love to hear about a tip to make this easier. And as always, thank you for watching. I make these videos to give back to the YouTube community. I'm out.